boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and
All
cats.
right.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Guten Tag. Or I forgot how to say it. Guten Morgen. Good morning, everybody. Hey, what's up? It's Sine Mountain here. I have all my friends with me today, this morning. Welcome to the Colorado Modular Synth Society Patch Challenge, TechNO Kick Challenge. Uh, Thanks so much for joining, getting up early in the morning or in the afternoon for Omri, right? I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who's tuning in and watching this live. I really appreciate it. We love the support, and big shout out to everybody who's sending videos. This is going to be a really cool show. Totally want to be honest. This is like we haven't been streaming in a while, so I'm a little rusty. So thanks for the patience as well. But let's go around and everybody introduce themselves. Christoph, why don't you start?
Yeah, hello, everyone. My name is Christoph Monosine. I'm helping David here with the Colorado Modular Synth Society and kind of the technical production of this show. So, like you said, we're a little rusty, so bear with us while we find our groove.
Cool. And all the way from Germany, we have Omri. Say hi, Omri.
Hi, I'm Omri. I compose with modular. I work a lot with VCV Rack. And I make weird sounds, I guess.
Yeah. In California, we got Travarsi. What's up?
Yo, what's up? I'm Travarsi. I'm a techno and house producer, play live with Modular. I'm also one of the co-founders of Southern California Synth Society.
Word up.
Always great to hang out with you guys.
It's good to have you back on our shows for sure. All right. Patrick, representing the East Coast.
hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Patrick, POB from Washington, D.C. Was in LA for a long time before that, and I host a module on the mall shows here on the National Mall, and I do some things with noise engineering too. So,
Some things. Some things.
yeah, a
Just
few
a
things.
few. Just a few.
Just a few things. If you recognize his voice, you probably will recognize some of the things he's done. Right on.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Thanks for everybody coming in here. This is kind of a cool. This is a cool show. Part of the reason everyone's here is because everybody that's on this, our guest hosts, all have have done techno before. So me and Omri started this conversation last year actually about doing a challenge and doing something together. So it's kind of grown from that initial idea. But if you're just tuning in and you don't know what the heck's going on, Colorado Modular Synth Society, we do a lot of different live streams and we've done some patch challenges. The patch challenges are not competitions. They're more like trying to get you to be creative and rethink the way you patch your modular system. And this time we thought it would be interesting to kind of take it like a little bit in a strange direction by not doing something in a patch challenge, and that's not using a kick module, or in some cases even a kick if you wanted to when you're making a techno song, which is obviously pretty challenging in itself because the kick drum is such a big part of doing modular, or doing a techno patch. So I just kind of wanted to kind of go around the round robin here to kind of see really quick, like how did everybody feel about the when I first told them about the challenge? What was your kind of idea of like what this was going to sound like, or what kind of challenges or what kind of things interest you about a techno kick challenge? What about you, Omri? What did you think when we first started talking about it?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just exploring the sounds and the music behind the kick. Usually, I don't know, when you hear interviews with techno artists, many times they start with the kick, or the kick is the most important part. I wanted to see what happens behind it, the music, the notes, the sounds, the sound design, the idea, and the feel. If you can get the feel of techno, if techno is a feel or it's just a kick drum, to get the feel of techno without the, I guess, most important aspect of it, which is the kick. So just exploring what's behind the bass drum, the kick drum, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Tarvarsi, what about you? I know you have a lot of experience with techno. What's it like pulling out the kick?
Sure. Well, I mean, although the kick is extremely important, like the sound, but often when I'm creating, whether it's in the box or using modular, if I'm writing a track, I pull the kick because I I want to try to make sure that you can feel the groove without it. So then when you add the kick, it kind of adds that glue together to kind of to carry the track. But I often pull the kick actually and just let it ride and start tweaking things and moving things around to make sure that you can feel that the groove and the energy even without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to me that's important because then that's where you're at. For me, I think that that's when you are really you that's the test to having a really good track is that you can feel that without the anchor, you know?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I could dig it. Dig it. What about you, Patrick? How,
Yeah, I
What do you
mean,
feel?
like Travarsi said, it's interesting that and even doing this patch, that I can hear so much because the kick always just dominates the entire like spectrum in some ways. And so being able to hear these intricacies behind it is actually pretty cool. But for me, I was trying to put the kick in my head and everything else as music. So I was actually hearing my kick in my head, even though it wasn't actually audible. So, trying to create like a pumping effect or these types of things without having that present was the challenging part for me. But it actually turned out pretty cool in the sense that I still hear it, even though I didn't put it in at all. Or I didn't design anything around a kick. So that for me, that was the challenging part, was hearing it both here and here.
Word. Christoph, what did you think about the challenge in removing a kick?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting challenge for me. I tried to create the rhythmic element of the kick with a different sound. So oftentimes I think, like everybody else said, the kick is really driving the track forward, and oftentimes that anchor that keeps that groove really together. And for me, the challenge was, how do I do that without that being present, without even that sound being present, or without even something that is just, on 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a rhythm, but kind of get something with other sounds that gives that little bit of a techno feel, without having that really on the grid, four to the floor rhythm in the underneath.
Cool, awesome, right. Well, we had a lot of other folks. We had a lot of folks send in videos. The requirements were it was less than 3 minutes, and you try to do it without a kick module. Of course, there's like some interpretations there on like what you could do there, and we'll kind of see how people approached it. But so and just so you know, the way we're gonna kind of do this is we're gonna play a clip, and then we'll kind of like chat about it real quick, and then play another clip. We have about 20 clips. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Way to start the year. Okay, cool, sweet. So should we just dive into it? Because I think it's never too early for techno, right?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Kick it.
There it is.
Right?
There it is. There it is. We'll be selling POB's Kick It shirts at the end of the show. Rad. Okay, Christoph. Should we? How should we? Do you want to introduce it
I'll
first?
play the clip, and we have the artist name coming in, and yeah, we'll go from there.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. That was a good one to start with, for
There's
sure.
music behind the kick drum.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still
Cool.
nodding.
I'm
my
still,
head.
yeah, I'm still, yeah, like, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking
Yeah.
earlier, like, we were talking about earlier before the show started, like, is it too early to be doing techno? And, like, we're like, obviously not. No.
No.
So awesome.
No, it was. I really enjoyed it. I liked how they opened up the ARP, and I know I made a joke, beforehand. It was like kick list to me. That's like buildups and breakdowns. But I mean, like, yeah, like that's. I mean, depending on how people approach it, it's interesting. Like I could hear a build happening, and
Lots of
when
tension.
the kick would drop, like if
Yeah.
it would have continued on, like, yeah. So it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, and it just like you just know it's right there, and like, come
Yeah,
on, okay,
yeah.
there it is.
Hopefully our heads don't explode by the end of this video.
Yeah,
All the anticipation of
Oh, I
the
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
SNL skit where they're like, they won't drop the kick.
Yeah. Just the tension.
POB can drop one kick at the very end. One kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dig it.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think you're right, Omri. That's a really good example of what's going on behind.
Yeah. Lots of tension and stuff going on, and arps and going up, going down. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And I love those big drone warm swells coming up. That's my vibe any day of the week. All right. Cool. Awesome. Manos, you want to keep?
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next one. Here we go.
Yeah.
nice.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like the sound design, that it's very wide. Like there's the rhythm, but it's in the sides. It sounds like like people speaking, like whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
vocal, isn't it?
Someone
Yeah.
is having a conversation though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very vocal. Yeah, I felt like I was
yeah, for
gonna.
sure.
Yeah, it's yeah. I felt the same thing. I felt like there was a dialogue going on
Yeah,
between the machines for sure.
Yeah, I like how people like just being able to take a sine wave and create something like a kick out of nowhere is it's always a good challenge, and I like that, just that little extra kind of like a muddy thump to it that just gives us some extra character. That
yeah,
it's like I never heard that in a drum module. It's like, well, it was a sine. I think he said it was a sine wave that he kind of distorted. So it's like, oh, that's why I'd never heard that before, because it's built from scratch.
It's a sine wave into distortion, IntelliGel VCO 1U, which is dope in the fact right there. I love that. Into the noise engineering Runa Versio.
Cool.
So simple. Yeah, I mean, like people have that. They might have those parts and pieces in their rig right now, and they can go and create a kick drum if they want to, and it'll sound something like that. Yeah. Dig it.
Very cool.
Really awesome. Yeah, awesome. I can roll with that for sure.
All right. Here we come with the next submission. And
Yeah, that
Very
busboard was
cool.
running. That busboard was running hot, and melted the whole system.
very cool.
To try to get melted that aluminum like nothing. No, that was super fun, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, so much movement.
Yeah.
I,
It's the
I heard
credit
like
for
a
the
broken
tape.
beat sort of
yeah,
jam too,
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Just
It
need some
kind of tripped me
vocals.
out that he like whomever it was playing it upside down.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix style.
Like I was
Jimi
like, wait, am I
Hendrix
seeing that right? Or am I
style.
like,
Me too. I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure that
It's like
sequencer.
a left-handed guitar or something.
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love the lo-fi feel with that ZVEX module.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
Z,
for
the
sure.
ZVEX and the tape. That's
Very
that's a winner.
hypnotic,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I got Jono's not here, but if he was here, I know he would say that was Boards of Canada vibes. That's just, so it's just in honor of Jono. I know I'm just gonna speak for him. That's what he would say. BOC. Yeah, totally. I love it. Cool. Rad. All right.
Very nice. All right.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
All right.
Here comes the next one.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very
All
cool.
right.
Just getting started.
Very
Let's
cool.
go.
That bass at the end.
All
Yeah,
right,
for
let me.
sure.
I have some patch notes, so let me share the patch notes on this one. So it's a melodic voice is the Nobula Poly Cinematic, with one envelope from the IntelliGel Dual ADSR. The tom is from the Instro Tona going into the System 8860 filter, great filter. And the other ADSR envelope from the IntelliGel. Snare and hi-hat are sequenced by the IO Labs Flux. Snare from the Future Retro Transient. Hi-hats from the Bitbox. Delay from the Strymon Volante. And kicks at the end from the Bitbox. So pretty big patch. A lot of stuff going on there, but it didn't feel cluttered, right?
No, it was great.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It sounds a bit like a journey without an endpoint, you know, like it's going somewhere, but there is
Yeah.
no endpoint. There's no the kick that will say, okay, this is the target, this was the destination, basically. So it's just like a journey that keeps on moving. Yeah, it's nice. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a very 70s like can
Oh,
feel. Like the drumming reminded me a lot of Can.
yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like we were building up to this amazing drop, and then we just cut it off, you know.
Which is
It
cool.
feels so
The
sad.
bass came in. Like I don't know if you heard that, but the bass in the end was
sure,
very
yeah.
very deep. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
I know this is the show of tension, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I didn't. Now that we're doing it, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, like you said, I hope our heads doesn't explode because it is like, whew. If you made a patch, please come back and make a longer patch so that we can have some release. Awesome, rad, cool.
All right.
Yeah, it was fun.
Keep
Next
kicking it.
one. Keep kicking it. Here we go.
Egghead, dropping the acid.
Yep.
Sweet.
I'm a sucker for acid. So
Ah,
not acid, but acid techno.
yeah, yeah.
Let me clarify.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's another show. Travasti.
That's another show. Yeah, we don't. That's on Twitch. Right on. Thanks. Oh wow, that was cool. I got some cool patch notes for that set. Let me pull them up. Okay, so the kick drum is synthesized using a pinged res EQ mixed with an elements transient. Pretty cool. Pretty cool way of making a kick for sure. It's enveloped by the DUSG VCA. and then into an Erica Synth Fusion VCF, and compressed by the WMD compressor. Yow! Wow, that's woo,
Yeah.
that's rad. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Asp bass is the XOX Heart. Other drums include the SD SV Plus, the Rampo, the nonlinear circuits Sirius filter, and fun fact: 44 modules used in total, and none were harmed during the making of this film. Right on. That's awesome. Sweet. All right, let's hear your thoughts on that track. Why don't you go ahead, Omer? You started off.
Yeah, that was the release, I guess. Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was trippy. It was nice. It was, yeah, everything good in techno, I guess. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Rossi,
the
go ahead, Christoph.
I like the bass line was up front, and then there was a lot of space behind it, and there was some sounds behind it, so that it was really good depth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love acid techno, so I mean, I like the vibe of it for sure. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it had all the pieces that I
Mhm.
would have hoped, and just to hear how the sauce is made a little bit just makes me appreciate it even more. Makes me want to really just try to make some kicks without a kick drum, just in general. Because I don't
Yeah.
do that a whole lot of, like, I don't really craft a whole lot of sound design, even though that's what I thought I was going to do when I got into modular, but no. So
Usually
I'm
as a kick drum.
re-inspired.
What are you
Yeah.
using usually for a kick drum?
Yeah. What's your kick drum? De
I mean,
jour?
I always use like the Similis just because I just know it so well.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I do find joy in trying to take a DPO and trying to do some kicks with that.
Mm.
That's there's a talent there if you can pull it off.
Yeah. No, seriously. No, you're right. Patching up a kick drum or any percussion is pretty fun for sure, and you'll learn a lot about your system when you do that. But it's awesome, especially if you're sampling, to like sample some of those, because you'll have something that usually nobody else will have.
Yeah,
For sure.
something
Very
unique.
cool.
Yeah.
Is he like a new member? I noticed he's wearing a Colorado
hoodie?
modular sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Egghead. That was the name. It was.
yeah. He's been around. He's dropped a few other patch challenges. That's the most techno I've ever heard from play for sure.
No,
He's
it's very cool.
He's a
and
homie. Yeah,
just
he's a homie.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. That's Egghead. If you're listening, put that out on Bandcamp. Come on, we need that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll play it.
He's in the chat, so
Oh,
say
there
hi.
he is.
That-
Yeah, it was
that's-
dope.
Yeah, that's my homie. For sure. Hey, just a quick reminder: if you're watching the show and you've never subscribed to our channel, this is a good time to do it. This is the kind of stuff we do. This is fun. We really appreciate any subscriptions, and obviously hit the like button. And I don't need to tell you the reasons why, because it's a like button. If you like it, like it. Okay, that's my pitch. Okay. So good. So rusty. Right on. Okay, Christoph, let's keep
Next
kicking.
one. Here we
Yep,
go.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was beautiful.
I think that's the first ducking one we had, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, so check out these patch notes because you're not gonna believe it. It's a prepared piano samples run through distortion and compression with sidechain input, emphasizing there is no kick.
Okay.
Somewhat in the
Nice.
style of "Hey, what" by Low.
Well, I just wanted to say it sounds like Low, like the guitars from Low with all the sidechain and everything. Just wanted to say, perfect, nice.
See? Oh, we already, boom. Sweet. Yeah, that's another homie for sure. Drift Diffusion. It's cool. He always does pianos. He does his piano stuff, and I'm always like, "That's a piano," but
I was getting some like Rachmaninoff vibe in the very beginning because it was like that dun dun dun, you know. But then now that I know there's piano samples in there, I'm like, okay, this kind of makes sense, and it really had it just took off. And again, I feel like we're leading to something, and then you just take it away.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah,
It could have kept going. Like I was like,
Yeah, I was drifting. That was
yeah.
Travarsi, just a quick question because you do a lot of sets. How important is it to have like parts like that for like transitions and texture and when you're doing beats and stuff?
Oh, super important. I mean, even without the kick, you mean too,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really important because it's to give the crowd a break, like pulling away that kick, also gives them a break, but then it builds that tension back up again. So, and it also helps transition into the next song idea or however you're patching or playing. But yeah, it's really important.
Yeah. Cool. So if you're making some beats out there, some dance tracks, think about those breaks.
Mm-hmm.
give the DJ a chance to transition. I can dig it. Let's let the beat go on, Christoph.
All right.
Nice.
I'll be
Here we
working
go.
shopping that.
For the words of Gloria Estefan.
Yeah. Shout out to Big G. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's go.
Let POB kick it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Sweet.
Good
Cool.
job.
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
definitely can
Why?
feel the groove. You know, like that's what I was talking about earlier, like creating music without the kick to see if you can feel the groove even without it, like driving it. It was dope. Nice
Yeah,
job.
for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love this one comment: robots fighting over parts shortages.
So true.
So true. Yeah. Once again, the supply chain issues struck techno. Awesome. No, it was
How
Very
great.
cool.
what were you patching to make the sound?
Yeah. Give us some
Oh
patch
yeah,
notes.
sure. So this is a case. I had just finished doing a couple demos for noise engineering, and so I'm like, let me just take this, but I'm going to pull out the Basimilus, which is my kick I always use,
Mm.
and I just replaced it with some other effects. But the the thing you were hearing was one of their first modules, the Ataraxic Translatron. So it's like an Atari
little-
sound.
The 4 HP one, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's a real
yeah.
small one.
Yeah.
It just has these really nice like video game sounds, like chiptune kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was using that just to kind of bring in some of that, and then there's this wobbly thing that's kind of going on in the middle to give like kind of trumpet patterns and just a little offbeat stuff. And I was trying to create some pumping in there as well. Yeah, so
And you were
it was
just
a lot of
bringing
fun.
that in and out. Like,
Yeah, I was delaying so that it would just kind of come on like the eighth measure of a full beat. So I kind of delayed it until the very end. So it just kind of like brings you into the next section of beats every time.
nice.
Yeah. Sick.
Mhm.
Sick.
cool.
We had.
I mean-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a challenge with noise engineering stuff because they're so techno, and to pull out like the heart of it all was the hardest part.
Well, I mean, I got the vibe. I got the techno vibe from it for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
design a kick to go underneath that.
Oh, dude. Yeah. There was that. I was like, woo. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna give it a flantastic.
Ooh.
Sweet.
There you go. That's like a handshake
Special.
from Paul Hollywood, by the way. um, so anyhow, no, that was dope. Just a side note, we had Patrick out last November to play a live show, and he played in a case that small, a whole set, and it was ridiculously dope. So hopefully we'll have Patrick out again. Hopefully we'll get Travarsi out here at the same time, and we could do some kind of mega show. And hopefully we can get Omri out here at some point. So if you want to help support those sort of things, don't forget we have a Patreon that we are help fundraising for shows in 2023. Okay, sweet.
Cool.
Let the beat go on. Christoph, you guys can sample that if you want.
I
That's a
think I
banger.
might.
We
have
shall.
That's a
to.
banger.
Have to.
That's a
I'll
free
take-
banger.
It's almost
take
a
the
must.
sample.
That should be the next challenge, actually. You have to
Yes.
extract that and
Flip that
Extract-
sample.
yep.
All right, we'll do that.
All right.
Here we go.
So here's some interesting interesting fact about that patch. He said that the percussion samples were taken from various pieces of wood and rock hitting each other.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, definitely a lot of ear candy for sure. It was like it was cool. That was
Yeah.
super cool.
The
Yeah, I like
bass
the-
module, there was like the bass, snare, and the cymbals modules down below, and they were so lonely. They were unpatched. I guess that's how it is. Huh?
Yeah, so it is.
Our friend Tim Held made an appearance too.
I had one module. Yeah.
Yeah. Tim was in there. Shout out to Tim. What were you gonna say, Patrick?
Oh, I just love the glitchy boots and cats, and then it felt like we suddenly got on like a kayak, and we were just like going across the river with this washy, like really cool ASMR type of like high end, and then we get on the other side, and now we're back to the rugged rocks and boots and cats again. That was a
That's
cool
a great
journey.
way to
I like
explain
it.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I had like this Brian Eno meets 8-bit beats like vibe.
Yeah, like this whole like 80s like new order. I don't know. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. There's something there, right? Yeah, I can't
Yep.
put my finger on it. That's dope. Right on. Well, that was from Slime. We were slimed.
Nice job, Slime.
Nice job, Slime. Only a name his mother would love. Let's check it out. I love that name. All right. Let's keep.
Keep rolling.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask my mom to sign me up for the computer club. That's dope.
It was like a whole
Vibey.
song, right? It was like a full blown song.
Yeah.
Good vibes also.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy to make like making happy music, right? But it was really like happy, good vibes. You know, like yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Varsity, we
it was
got
like
those 80s. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. Pat.
80s for sure.
yeah, like cruising music.
Yep, I put
Yeah.
sunglasses in the chat. That's like,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. Too cool. Too
Yeah,
cool.
and
Yeah.
this delay was also quite nice. Huh?
Yo, that little thing that's
This feedback, yeah,
Feedback's
yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Yep. See, Kip agrees.
Yeah.
That's 5 out of 5 modulus agree. Cool. Let's kick it. Ooh, cool.
VCV rack.
VCV
Uh,
rack.
Yes.
That's
Nice.
he said all that was on a VCV Rack Pro 2 with rings modulator. Sorry, rings oscillator, and a few other VCV Rack.
You know what I like
Minimal
about this one?
techno.
Yeah, you know what I like
Yep.
about this one? It's like walking down the street, like all like trippy and high and whatnot, you know, with weird things and everything is purple. And all of a sudden there's like a party next door, you know, you hear it only on the left. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
song,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
walking
yeah,
down
yeah.
the street and you're
Yep,
like, yeah,
yep.
that's cool.
In the
Yeah.
distance, you're like,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
happening? Yeah,
That's such a cool effect to have that
Yeah.
subdued, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Submarine techno. Stoke.
yeah, I don't know much about DCV Rack, but it's fascinating just to kind of watch and like look at the mouse and just see what's going on. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
really cool.
he did a good job of like, and not that it's a bad thing to do, but I always see VCV Rack patches that are like, they take up the whole screen, and that was a pretty nice, concise little patch for VCV.
Mm.
If you want to like really get into VCV rack and you really want to get into it, highly suggest you follow Omri.
Yep.
Check out his
I'm
channel. Get on
playing
his
the right way.
Discord. Get his downloads. I mean, you're my go-to guy for everything VCV for sure, and anything reverb as well. But
Yeah, this one.
yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
Love is life, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do some great things in VCV rack.
Thank you. Yeah.
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 Thanks. Yeah. It's a great environment. I think it's the perfect way to get into modular and to explore things and to, I don't know, to progress a bit, I guess, and to find modules you want to buy to spend more money. Of
Totally.
course.
Yeah. I dig
So
that.
many hardware modules
Yep.
are available now in Struo, Befaco, everything for free. Also, it's insane. Yeah. Noise engineering maybe in the future. I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
I don't know.
Yeah.
see. No, but there's some really cool modules out there, and if you
Yeah, for sure.
follow them, you'll probably see some stuff that's you'll want to try in patching techniques, which is really good. A lot of them which can be transposed to
Yeah, for sure.
hardware
Almost
and
everything
stuff,
works
so,
also in hardware.
yeah synthesis. Let's do it. Cool. All right. Well, that was cool to see some VCV on there for sure. Always welcome here at the CMSS household. All right, Monocy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I could listen to this a bit more. I'm still in the.
Oh, put that on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, with the typing? Oh.
I wish I could have heard the typing too. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like that keyboard, like, never mind.
You can hear it. It was
During the
beginning at
track?
end.
Like in the track, like,
Oh,
Yeah,
in the
it
track.
was-
During the track, yeah.
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
was
we'll
very
have to
cool.
send you the stems and you can do the remix.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was tight. Oh, yeah. Teletype. Okay, so real quick, for some of the folks out there who saw that teletype for the first time, who couldn't explain teletype? Anyone?
It's I think it's Monomy.
Yeah, Monomy.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Monomy. And you basically hook up a keyboard and you can write scripts and then control it's like can be a sequencer. There's different ways that you can that it has all these outputs and you can control it with the keyboard. And like he was typing, it was going up and down. He was activating certain things and
It's
and
like live
one
coding,
scripts.
like something.
Yeah.
it's
coding,
it's
yeah.
a little bit like live coding, but it's also like these prearranged scripts that you then can just recall with the keyboard really easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can like add like probabilities and all kinds of stuff. So I always imagine it like like I don't know if you had this software as a kid, but like you could type in directions for where the mouse goes,
Yep.
and and then it can make like patterns. It's sort of in that vein where you can kind of create a self-contained script like that's proprietary to. I don't know if it's proprietary, but there's a certain kind of script it takes and it works with everything else.
Yeah,
and
it's their own
compat-
language, and it's like kind of a pattern-based language, so
Yeah,
it's really cool.
yeah.
There is a version for VCV Rack that is right now in like a beta status, but it's coming out here real soon.
To
to,
VCV
to
Rack.
VCV Rack.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you want to get nerdy with it, and I mean that in a good way, you might want to check it out. I mean, it's fun. It's a different way of approaching music. There's a lot of generative possibilities in there for sure. So yeah, that's cool and love. That's pretty stuff. Okay, so he has a patch notes. So yes, Teletype is driving everything. That's his sequencer and everything. The kick is
Very
coming
cool.
from mannequins. From mannequins. What am I saying? I don't know. It doesn't matter. In FM synth mode, the short low pass gate time and a low note creates the kick sound. Baseline is the man groove, and the ARPs are just friends running through microcosm. Those are all like things you're not gonna be able to find right now. Those are like all modules.
Mangrove, I love it.
And
I
pedals
love
that like
Mangrove.
if you're gonna go
Yeah.
shopping for there's a lot of gear lust in that video which looked beautiful. Amazing. Grunk has also sent in stuff before, and it's cool to see people who sent stuff in for like the drone stuff, the challenges we've done, the three module challenges, and then now to see these like techno patches. So if you haven't seen the other patch challenge shows, definitely spend a weekend watching those. Those are great shows to like, and even this show too might actually be a good show to do some soldering, some cleaning up the house, get some ideas, whatever. So dig it. Yeah, cool patch.
Yeah, it was really well shot too. I like seeing the process and backing away and seeing the hands like doing the work. And
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't do a typo. But it was really neat just to like kind of like watching the
Please
chef
don't do a
as it's being
typo.
made.
That was pretty funny.
Word. All right.
Cool.
So let's keep going. We do
Next one?
Good. Yeah.
Very
All
cool.
right.
Nice.
Release.
Release.
That's all right.
That was
Love
the
the acid
DPO.
vibes for sure.
Yeah, I was like, let's go to the warehouse. Let's knock out all the lights. Let's go. Christoph, you
Yeah.
have some patch notes?
Yeah, Jeff sent some patch notes here. So he said, overall interpretation, wanted to synthesize all the drum sounds from scratch. No dedicated drum modules in the rack.
Nice.
Kick is a DPO sine with mass, exponential slope for the pitch. Then into Optimix. Hats a source of Unts noise. That sounds like a DIY module. Into SMM filter. And then a Danny Sound envelope. Rings doing 16th with random pitch from the source of unts. Oh, that's source of uncertainty probably.
Yeah. Source of uncertainty. Or the sauce of uncertainty. That's
Source.
Better. It's better.
Or it's source of.
that's good.
I like that.
Sauce.
That's my. Don't steal that. That's my new module.
No, trademark.
Source of unts. Hit me up. It's a hi-hat module. Snares, Platts FM firmware, basses, CEM oscillator into Carl filter, played by the Renee. And then harmonics with braids, cross-modulated melody, it's DPO into Joe filter, and kick pumping and breakdown section, verb courtesy of Desmodos Versio. So a lot going on there.
Yeah, totally cool.
Awesome job.
Yeah, that DPO, like, I love that. That's just something that it just captures this really low frequency that just, that sound design was really well done. I could listen to that for very long periods of time.
Yep. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I dig it.
2 thumbs up.
Totally. Yeah.
Dope.
All right. Yeah. Good,
Keep going?
Good
Yep.
stuff. Yeah, keep
Yep.
going. Yeah, it's like techno. You gotta keep going.
You gotta keep
we
it
gotta
going.
we gotta keep this conversation at 1:30 to 1:45, right? Like.
All right, then let's go.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Thanks.
Big up.
so good.
That was great.
Yep. Definitely had my head bobbing.
That was, that gets some
Reverb,
reverb.
yes, indeed.
Yep.
For sure.
Lots of reverb in that one.
Yep.
Blob. Yeah,
It's
what
cool.
can go wrong, right?
Flan for sure.
Love watching the meters going. Like it just really helps. Like helps with the absence of the kick there. It just
Yep.
feels like I'm just a part of it just by watching that evolve. It's really cool.
Yeah. And the warp core was in there, which
Yep.
is an amazing module our friend Kip came up with. And so
Wait, which module?
there's a warp core. It's in
Oh,
the
okay.
bottom left thing. It's a, I don't know, I can't explain it as well as maybe Christoph can.
It's a phase distortion oscillator.
Mm.
Um,
That sounds
and
great,
yeah,
yeah.
Kip Schwinger, a friend here in the chat, he created that for VCV Rack, and he's also working on a hardware module for that.
Yeah,
Cool.
I have an early port of it in my case right now, and like I've been using it in every show I've done these last two.
Which one's in your case, David?
This-
I couldn't.
it's he has like so I have like a when he first came up with it, I was able to port it into like a Daisy int module. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
It's not the
Uh-huh.
full module, but it's kind of the core of the warp core, I guess. It sounds amazing. I use it all the time now. And I know
Cool.
Omer, you did a like a short with the warp core.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, it's great for sound design because you just turn a bit, just one knob, and you get like a totally different sound.
Totally different sound.
So
Yeah.
when I use like envelopes and stuff like this to get different rhythmic like results with the different knobs there, just modulating different things with the envelopes, and you get all those different sounds coming in and out. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, it was.
It work really nicely also in hardware because again, you just turn one knob, and you get like a totally different sound.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
phase
well-
distortion is great. I don't know, I like phase
Cool.
distortion.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
like
follow
very
up with you.
nostalgic.
Yeah, Travarsi, I'll send you like a video he sent. He's
Yeah,
also
please.
developed, for sure.
That's
But
awesome.
this is like the
Yeah,
Kip
his,
show now.
Yeah.
the warp core show. But Monosin, you did a really awesome job with that setup. It was
Yeah.
really nice vibe.
Yeah, it's great for bass sounds. The warp core. I love the plats in the noise mode. You can just let it like little rhythmic sprinkles. Yeah.
Too cool. Oh,
Cool.
nice. Good to see some VCV rack for sure. Awesome.
Sure, yeah.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Moving
That's-
on here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Boom.
Sick.
Wow,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
man, made me do this. His face.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. The rabbit.
What was this? Very wet.
What's interesting is that it could have because of the drumming, you could have either had like a super fast 4/4 kick, like it could have been you know what I mean, or halftime.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could hear it both ways. It was cool.
Yeah, a lot of room for going different directions with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the bass line is a square wave into the Dreadbox Euphoria phaser, into the Z-Lob modular filter, and then into this Modus Versio. Overseer is a DJ filter for the full mix, and the Queen of Pentacles for drums. And then I think that's Resolute for the visuals that he's also doing. That's our homie, the rabbit. He's in Fort Collins, Colorado. If you're not from Colorado, is north of Denver, like an hour and a half, 2 hours of traffic, and they're creating their own scene out there. There's so it's pretty dope. So yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He's part of my Patreon crew. He always does some really cool stuff. Yep.
Word. Yeah, which is a shout out. So yeah, and so Travarsi does have that Patreon group, and and the rabbits. I know this that since he started that group, he's been doing all kinds of really cool stuff. I've seen him live a couple times at the Freak Boutique. So whatever you're telling him, it's working.
Cool. Hey, what I didn't know, I can always message him, was what was that? What was a sequencer? Or that was the sequencer, right?
That looks like the hat packs to me. But
Oh, okay.
if I had to guess,
Yeah.
I think it's a hat packs, which is limited in production right now. It should be coming out, but our Benny actually uses that as well, which is hilarious. Our Benny's approach and then his approach, but yeah, I mean that's the beauty of this stuff. You can make whatever you want, you know.
Yep.
Sure.
Right.
That's what's up. Yeah.
This filter is very wet. This Z-Lobe.
Oh,
It's also from what's the name? All Right Devices, right? Like the
Yeah, it's
Chronoblog,
funny.
yeah.
This is the most all right devices I've seen, virtually and physically, in a long time.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
that's
they have
good.
just 3 modules, I think. But yeah,
That's it, yeah.
they're great.
Yeah.
The Chronoblog is amazing,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah,
That's super cool.
it's a nice filter also.
Yeah. I dig it. Sweets.
Cool.
Sweet
right.
beats.
let's do it.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Maths
All
is a
right.
kick
I'll see.
module. Nice.
Yeah, I'll see you guys at the afters. That was
Yep,
dope.
very cool.
Cool, yeah.
Whoa. Okay, so I got some patch notes because that was sick. So Maths is the kick drum. He says he followed the make noise tutorial how to do it, which you can find on YouTube. There's so many good make noise tutorials. That's a cool one. It says it was the ultimate in happy accidents. So Hermod controls the triggers and LFOs. Squid Slample. How do you say that? Squid
Slample.
Slample. I feel dirty saying it. Is where the drum sounds as well as synth sounds are coming from. The trident is also being used at an earlier position of the video that was cut into the ambient part. Okay, I'm reading a lot here. The Q pass is the filter for the kick. Boss bow tie was triggering the trident. FX aid and reverb shimmer being used for various percussion parts. Triangle quartet using the VCA thing. Catalyst flow being used to maneuver through the voices. Loop position of the slample. Synth samples in Diva and Omnisphere, which is a dope synth. Octalink outs into the kata and back into the trident. Whew. Yeah.
That was quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take
Sounds
that,
really
Dr.
powerful.
Seuss. There's my. Yeah, awesome. I love it. I like it. I felt like I was like night vision too. It was cool.
Mhm.
Take it.
Yeah, I
All
love
right.
the dark vibe for sure. I'm going to check out that tutorial because I don't use Maz as much as I should. I think everyone thinks that sometimes. It's like, hey, it's the first module you get, and then there's an endless amount of things to do. But I should check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I dig it. What's the fastest BPM for techno? What is that? What do you think?
Oh, that's a loaded.
Um,
I
Before
mean,
it goes,
maybe
Techno,
not what
like,
that
is
take.
going through some weird. Well, I shouldn't say that, but anyway, there's some people are playing at 155 right now.
Yeah.
150, 155, like Paula Temple, Rebecca, like 99s. They're playing about right around in there, 150, 145, anywhere from 145 crossing into 150 something right now. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's fast. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it sounded like in Germany in the 90s. Coming
Oh
over
yeah,
from
Yeah.
it's
Holland.
coming back. It's coming
You
back.
know, those artists, like I don't know, when I heard Paula Temple at Reform in LA, and even though it was so fast, like just because of her, like the way she designs music,
Yeah.
it's not cluttered. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds good. Like where I've heard some that fast, and I'm like, it's just too much. But yeah, no, like yeah, she's dope. But I don't know. I typically still keep it in the 130s. That's just my taste. It's just taste, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. There's no
Yeah,
wrong or
for
right.
sure.
Yeah. There's
is
just
there a
like,
minimum threshold
I mean,
of
I don't think
techno?
so, because if you think about when techno came out, like originated in Detroit, and it evolved, like it was more electro-y-ish.
yeah.
You know, it had like had a different vibe to it. So it's evolved so much, over the years.
Yeah. It
Mm.
really has. It really has.
Mhm.
So like we should maybe get into this a little afterwards, but one of my very first memory with techno was we were in Detroit for my dad had a convention to go to, and I was like in my middle school or something, and the kids there were talking about techno, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And I think I heard I think someone said would you like that song by Mars, right? And I'm like, yeah, I love that song. Pump up the volume. They're like, well, you're gonna love this. But yeah, it did have like a little more electro. It was a little bit slower. Now it's really gotten into a whole nother. It's expanded, which is dope. Yeah,
Yes, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I dig it. I totally dig it.
Mhm.
Sweet. Okay, we only have a few more for. I can't speak. Hello. Take two.
You should
We
read
only have
this book.
Which book?
It's called Assembling a Black Counterculture.
Yes.
But they
Oh.
talk about the Detroit Berlin axis in it. It's like one of the chapters in it, pretty long and very informative. But yeah, it talks
It's a
all
really
about
good book.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
almost finished.
Oh, I just have a book club.
Wow.
Yeah,
Y'all want
let's
to do a book club?
It's good.
do a book.
It's a really good. I learned a lot from that book.
That's
Great
cool.
book. Highly recommend it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Send me that in the chat real quick, and I'll drop it in our chats in case people didn't get the full title. And,
Okay, I
yeah,
will.
for sure. That's CMSS is all about playing and learning. So let's do it. All right. Let's
All right, 4 more to go.
drop the beat.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Reverb, man. The reverb. Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
all right. Before I get your reactions to that, let me just give the patch notes real quick. That was tight. Okay, so we got kick and sub bass are a shared voice path, analog sine oscillator through analog ladder style low pass filter with overdrive, no VCA. That's what I'm talking about. No VCAs. A pair of separately triggered scaled envelopes are mixed and used as CV to the oscillator pitch to get the kick pitch envelopes and bass tone motion. That's a cool patch note. The symbol is randomly modulated plonk. And the chord steps are qubit chord V2 sequence to the keystep pro through the qubit nautilus adding some periodically purged reverb smearing, and the Siren is his original warp core module phase distortion oscillator running. Okay, so that's what I have. He has it on the little. He has a hardwood version on the Daisy patch. And that's running through low pass gate into the 4MS DLD sequenced by Basto Popcorn. I love Popcorn. Yeah, totally. That's rad. Big, big,
cool.
big patch, big sound. It's
This
cool.
reverb,
I
this
love this.
gated reverb was cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gave us tension. Yeah,
Don't hear enough gated reverb. You know, I really don't.
for sure. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, America. Let's go.
I was really
Dope. Yeah, I like to rhythmically gate it for sure.
How do you make this how do you do this with the VCA, or how do you gate reverb usually?
I just use either like a sequence on the Metron or a PAMS and just
But-
sequence it. Like
But
sequence
to do what? But to take it out with the
To
VCA, or to how do
in
you?
and
Or
out?
it has like a.
Yeah, like yes, with a VCA. And then I'll
Alright, cool.
I'll trigger it that way, like send it a pattern so then you can change up the pattern and add a different vibe to it. But definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
cool.
That'd be something I'd play with.
Yeah, the bass, the sub. I was just focusing on that sub bass sound and really just getting into that very low end.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really just like mesmerizing, and just to see how that was done, or to listen about how that was done was really really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says
Try
the
not to
reverb-
watch the video. Oh, sorry,
No,
Omri.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm trying not to like watch the video. I'm just listening. Yeah, I'm trying to just listen, not get. And it was dope. Like you could hear things moving around, like just the higher frequency. Does that make sense? Did you
Yeah,
guys
for
like?
sure.
It was like kind of
Yeah.
subtly moving around. It was cool.
Mhm.
There's some cool panning stuff going on. There's What were you gonna say, Omri?
Yeah, it just in the chat it says that the reverb actually came from the qubit delay,
Oh,
and it has like a trigger that will clear the buffer. So it's also a cool way to make to get like gated reverbs type of stuff.
yeah.
Cool. I'll have to try that with
That
that,
is,
one.
that is
sense.
really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
I've
has
been-
to be, and the important thing is that it's clickless, because oftentimes, like with a VCA, you can control that with the envelope, give it a little bit of,
Yeah.
slower attack. But if it's not clickless, then you get, sometimes I like that clicking when the reverb gets cleared.
Yeah.
But this sounded really nice. I know.
Yeah, it has another advantage also, that it will clear the whole note, so you can have a really long reverb. With the VCA, it will not clear the buffer because it will still get the notes that you played before. But when
Right.
you clear the buffer, yeah, it will delete everything. It has also in VCV, by the way, also the plateau reverb has also this clear function that you can just clear the buffer, and it's really cool for gated reverbs and rhythmic, all sorts of rhythmic reverb style stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
I've been
try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to use delay as reverb. I mean, delay reverb. There's a line, right? I've been trying to do that with delay more with like the Rainmaker to kind of get that swelling effect. And the gated stuff reminded me that you can also get that kind of choppiness with like a delay. And then also, I guess to point out too, if you're using pedals, there's a lot of, I know like the Empress Reverb pedal has a gate reverb as well that has a bit of a using a threshold to hit that gate, which is probably another technique if you have any threshold modules. Yeah, there's a 1,000 ways to pet a cat, So
Yeah, for sure. It's fun, right? It's the whole fun.
That's true.
it's true. So keep on another creative patch that was so tight. That was rad. Okay, let's keep the party going.
All right. We shall.
Yay!
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
for sure.
Cool.
Cinematic. That's what somebody in the chat says.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. There it is.
Was that all like in hardware, or were you using VCV rack off to the
No,
side
no,
or anything?
no, no, there was no VCV, just hardware but the reverb I added in software. Yeah. So usually I will send everything through the ES9 just so I can multi-track everything. So then there I will add reverb, so it's easier than to mix and everything without the reverb. Yeah, but I try to use like ducking, basically side chaining to get the feel of the kick, the ghost kick I call it.
Yeah, yeah. The most.
Had
Yeah.
some big big room techno vibes. I like it.
Yeah,
The
cool.
rumble, right?
Yeah,
Like
like
that
I went
the
for a
big
more,
Yeah.
reverb
more like
kicking in there, you know.
the dubby direction, yeah, with the chords and everything. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was a fun experiment.
What was the low? There was like really like kind of like a low wave, low wash at the very center of it. What was that?
Mostly it was the crewing oscillator from Instruo. So it's a stereo oscillator that I send this through the Ghost module from Endorphin, or Endorphins, I should say, which is also stereo, and it has also a sidechain input. So you can send it a trigger, and it will basically have a built-in envelope that you can use for sidechaining. And it has everything that I like, because usually what I will do, I will take a voice, send it to a reverb, and then distortion, and then a filter. So it has everything built in. So I could send just a coin through a reverb and delay, and then distortion, and then a filter. And it has like a DJ style filter. You can have to the left low pass and to the right high pass. So you can really play with this, with the resonance. It's really cool. So this was the main sound there, I guess, this huge sound that I then sent through a nice big lush reverb.
Like thicker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's reverb,
great.
distortion. So you're distorting the reverb.
Yeah. I love sending reverbs through distortion
Interesting.
because then
That's really cool.
because you have usually monophonic voices, you can play just one note at a time. So the reverb or the delay, never mind, it's mostly the same. It will make it more or less polyphonic because you still have the tail from the last note.
Yeah.
Right? So it will be like a guitar, when you take a guitar and you play one note into distortion or you play two notes into distortion, it's totally different. So the reverb will give more like meat to the sound,
Yeah.
So when you send it to the distortion has really something to do, and it's not just like a saw wave or something like this, right?
Yeah.
So sending reverbs into distortion, that's my hobby.
No,
I
that's
have to try that. I've never even
Yeah.
thought of doing that. That's
my
very
hobby,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Ghost is that it has everything there. You can change the routing, so you can send your voice through the reverb and then to the distortion and then to the filter. So you get like reverb through distortion is life. Distorted reality, indeed. Yeah.
No, I hear you. Yeah, actually, like, me and Drift Diffusion like are kind of on this distortion and reverb tip. Yeah, and I know it's huge. Like so like what you're talking about to make that kind of polyphonic sound with a mono source or like a mono synth sort of source is like that's it. All those harmonics get lost in there. I do like a delay, then into distortion, and then into reverb, sort of like similar situation. So it's you're getting past notes, feature
Yeah,
notes.
for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
And it sounds like you're just ripping a guitar. It's amazing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. But that sounded so good. Yeah, it was a really cool patch. I always get super excited. I love your VCV rack, obviously, but like I think I first like saw videos from you when you were doing when you were still doing mostly physical stuff. So I'm always excited when you do physical.
Cool.
Or, I don't know why I'm calling it physical. I don't know, hardware. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Omri? What's your go-to module for doing like chords or polyphony, just from one single source?
In hardware, wow.
Yeah.
I guess it will be a sampler of some sort, or the psych oscillator from Instruo. Also, I used it here for chords. you have like 4 volt per octave inputs that you can use, but it has also built in like you can spread the notes like to get harmony and get chords.
Mhm.
So this can also be cool. But usually I don't really have I don't have chords or polyphony with one voice. Usually I will have multiple voices just running together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it sounded awesome. It looked
Yes.
beautiful.
Thank you.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Definitely gets the flan seal of approval. Omri, flan and mushrooms go well together. So
Mushroom flan.
mushroom flan, it's a thing. It's to be a thing. To be a thing.
For sure. Yeah,
For
depends on
sure.
the mushrooms, everything can
Exactly.
everything
Totally.
can
Yeah. Yeah. It totally depends on the mushrooms. Yeah. For sure.
for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I think.
Cool.
Hey, who's up next? Is Rayanism up next? 'Cause I think
Yep,
he's.
Rayanism is up
Oh, he's like
next.
traveling on the road right now. If you're in California and you want to see his band, head for the hills. He's playing in Los Angeles, I think, this weekend. I have to check. But anyhow, he's on the road. He's sending a video. He does a lot of our video stuff. He just recently cut a video for Etai from the show in November. So go head over to Etai's site. Not right now, but later, and check out that video from the November show that Rayanism shot in it. It's amazing. But his music is dope too. So I'm excited to see what he did for this challenge.
All right, here we go.
tripping.
Nice.
Mm.
I'm still bouncing. I'm still bouncing.
Yes.
Okay, so I got some patch notes here. The kick is ripples pinged from P&W into Optomix. Hi-hat is white noise. Bass is WMD spectrum. Oscillator and the sub going into the Optomix as well. High pass filter sweep stuff is W spectrums PWM into UJove into Pico DSP stereo delay. Morphogene is feeding main miophone, the reversed vocal thing, and then Alias, Quadroverb, and Yamaha SPX90 rack effects into the Ramsa console. Fine.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like the reverse vocal thing. I was like very rhythmic yet sporadic. It was cool.
Yeah, totally.
That's feedback from somewhere, I think.
Got echo.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Ooh, cool. Bop. Sample that. Yeah.
Nice job, dude.
Yeah, nice job. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, cool. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah. Nice and trippy. Patch. Sweet. I'm not sure who's echoing. Sorry. Wow, we got through the whole show with only like one technical thing.
Oh, it went away.
Yeah.
Very good.
The StreamYard gods are
Yes.
shining down on us.
All right, let's do it.
Cool. One more. Here we
This is the
go.
last. Yeah.
One
There
more.
we go.
This is. Yeah. I wonder who it will be.
You didn't do one, David?
I had like live shows going on this week, and I honestly don't want to touch that patch because I'm trying to multi-track record it. So,
Got it.
and I was like, I want to see everybody else's and just chill out. So here I am, playing the host card.
Got it.
Word.
All
All
right.
right. So let's
Word.
sing it with a bang.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to hear the whole track. I want to hear the whole thing. Keep going. So tight.
Great intro. I don't think I've
Exactly.
heard you play without a kick. It's so interesting how you made that work. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
this is
that's
usually how you will approach things when you start writing something new. You will not use a kick and you will just make the everything around it.
Well,
What, what
I'll
was
drop a kick to kind of, but then I'll pull it
process?
out and then just maybe start trying to build things around it to see what I can get moving around. And I was just also I was like that patch. If you saw the cases, like I was in the middle of deciding what goes into my next performance case. So I was trying a bunch of different patches and different modules. Like I just picked up the Coslin by Chaos Devices. So that bubbly under thing that was I was kind of just letting in occasionally, and then through the mimeophone was the Odessa going into that. So it's like this frequency shifter. So depending on where you turn the knob, it can get pretty crazy, or it kind of leaves this bubbly thing happening underneath. And I was trying to get that more rhythmically moving, but because I'm still learning that module, but it's a lot of fun. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically what I'll do is I'll put in a kick and then I'll bring it out and see if I can get some sort of groove going to kind of work with the kick. And then, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How did you record this? Also multi-track or just stereo out and that's it?
Just stereo out.
Ah, it sounds
Yep,
great.
stereo out.
It sounds
Mhm.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sounds really, really good. Any other patch notes you want to share on that one, or besides?
I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions or?
The delay was just the mimeophone. You have another delay that you're
And
using.
the Nautilus was in there
Ah,
a
all right. Yeah.
little bit. Yep. But I was using the on the send, because on the performance mixer you have an option of 2 sends. So one was set to the mimeophone and one was set to the Nautilus. So the Odessa, I think I had the Odessa with the Kremlin going through the Nautilus, and then the other frequencies going through the mimeophone.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was so much rhythm in there. It was great. Just like you said, that's a real good groove to it, which I think is actually probably a good like tip for when you're making music, is any kind of dance music, is like pull out the drums and see if it still moves.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that like
Yeah.
being a good like groove check.
Yep. Got to do a group check.
Those chords do that very effectively. That high kind of dubby delayed. What was making those higher chords?
I don't remember. Let me think about it for a second. 'Cause my case is so
Gotcha.
like I moved everything around and now I decided what's going into my performance case right now. The chord, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
We'll have to
That's all
watch
right.
the.
But
we'll have to-
that's very effective to keep the groove going. That like
Yeah, yeah.
that syncopated
Yeah.
syncopated chords.
That's cool. That's cool.
I was surprised about how
Yeah,
much you
sorry.
can without the kick there. It's there's so much more that I just feel like sometimes the kick just like mutes, whenever you don't have it there, and just a lot of textures behind it that would normally have probably been missed, I guess, if there was just this overwhelming, beat. So
Mhm.
I like this idea of
Oh, you're muted.
We'll never know the idea. I guess. Oh, mic went out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
No.
Nope.
No,
Second
still-
technical difficulty. You gotta have at least 2 or 3. I'll have to figure out how to-
Technical difficulties. We even have a banner
I
for
didn't even
it.
have a banner for that. Let's see. Look at that. We're on top of it. We knew it was gonna happen. That's hilarious. Patrick, send your reply in a 4x4 card to Colorado Modular Society, PO Box 1234,
Foam floor card.
and we'll drop it. We'll reply to it. Just real quickly before we end the show, a couple things real quick. Everyone, thanks so much for sending in videos. We'll do another patch challenge. I'm not sure what it'll be. I'm sure we'll do a 3-module patch challenge again this year. Send in your ideas on a 4x5 card, or join our Discord. Actually, that's a great way of getting ideas going. We have a Discord. Head over to ColoradoModularSynthSociety.com. You can sign up for our newsletter, which is great if you're local because we update stuff that's happening locally. And then you can also sign up for the Discord and get on there and continue these conversations. Give me ideas, share patch notes, sell or buy gear. So it's open to everybody. Those are great ways. We also have social, all the normal social things. We don't have a TikTok. Christoph refuses to dance and point at things, so we can't do it. So obviously there's no TikTok. He's just too busy to point. That would be bad to see. But we do have the Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. But definitely, I think we're the actions at Discord, and then we are also doing a lot of meetups here in Colorado. We have Freak Boutique, Patched Out, Happy Hour at Troop Brewing, and then we've been doing some shows around, and obviously Fort Collins is also doing things as well. And yeah, so lots of stuff going on. So definitely keep up with that, and please hit the subscribe button so you can know about future stuff, and obviously watch the older patch challenge stuff as well. I want to ask everybody real quick before we take off, what have we learned from today? What's some of the takeaways after watching 20 patch challenges of doing a no kick patch challenge? I'll start real quick and say that I was kind of surprised that there wasn't that much ducking going on. There was some, but not as much as I thought. I kind of thought that's where everybody was going to go, with the ducking. I also was really fascinated by all the unique ways people created bass kicks and drum percussions using the non-drum modules. So those are kind of some things. I'll go over to Omri. What was your takeaway? What'd you get from the show today?
Yeah, I guess it's just about this music behind the kick. I guess that was really cool. Things are still moving. I mean, you're still dancing. You're still nodding your head, right? Even after the music stops, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and the kick is not everything. I guess I don't know. There are other stuff you can enjoy, also other sequences and all sorts of different rhythmic things, and also how people create from scratch. Kick sounds like the one with Meth, for example, was really cool. The one with the DPO was really cool. That you can just go ahead and create your own unique, only you have this sound kick drum, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Definitely something to experiment with.
Yeah, a little bit more sound design there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Very cool. That was awesome. Travarsi, why don't you tell us?
I guess I want to add to that, same thing is just how people were making kicks and using different modules and things. Sound design, definitely. And it was just interesting because paying attention to more of the fact that the panning and just hearing those different sounds. And the thing that I learned, a technical tip, I'm going to try that reverb through distortion. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I haven't done that. So I'm definitely going to try that.
It's definitely addictive. So be careful.
You'll be making ambient music in no time.
Hey, I did an ambient patch for you.
Oh, yeah. I know. I love it. It's up there. It's up there for sure. Yeah. I'll have to do that again, too. Patrick, POB.
Yeah, I like the just allowing the other music to breathe so the kick just doesn't dominate. There's so much more behind it that just giving it a chance for other parts and other tracks to have a little more life and have a little more prominence that's what I really noticed the most with the absence of a kick. So I think that helps more in like the way I multi-track or just sound design or frequency, like what takes over certain frequencies. I think that there's room for other things when the kick just dominates so much. So that's the takeaway I got, with just so much of the textures behind it that just gets the prominence.
Yeah. I think your patch really shows that off too, which is cool. Yeah, I'll have to go back
Awesome.
and watch that one for sure. That was awesome patch. Christoph,
Thank you.
what did you take away except for that? I make a great host. a humble host. No,
You've lost no beat
I've lost no
from
beat.
all the times that we didn't do these streaming shows. So I think it was interesting, that I thought that the kick drum is what makes people really, move and keeps people moving. And whenever there was a video playing, I can see all of the people that are not on when you're not on the stream. I can see all of the people here, our hosts and co-hosts, in the application as an admin here, and I saw a lot of moving going on. People were really digging all of those beatless, oftentimes beatless and kickless tracks. So it doesn't take a kick to make people move, and I learned a lot, and I took some notes about sound design stuff, but especially like using sounds to create rhythmic elements that are not drums. That's something I'm going to be trying out and focusing on a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now you're telling us that you could see us this whole time?
Yes, I took some video too, so
Hopefully you didn't get undressed in those
Just-
pause moments.
Undressed? No, I didn't get undressed.
no.
But I was dancing here.
Yeah, I was dancing too. Yeah, we were all.
I think
See,
I had a
thought you
cat
knew.
attack.
That's not the first time we do this.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I do want to say one other thing that just in general, when I've listened to various live patches and things like that, even with the kick, like sometimes people have issues mixing. You know what I mean? Where it's like some things are really jumping out, and it's even though the kick is there, and I've noticed that today, and maybe it's because the kick wasn't so present that people took more time to really mix the other levels. So it wasn't like there was no, you know what I mean, with modular, how it can be like, if you're not mindful, it can get like angry. I like to call it angry elephant. Like when something just starts going, like jumping out of the mix and you need to kind of tuck it back in.
Yeah.
But there wasn't really any of that, which was interesting, but good. You know what I mean? Like, and that just hopefully reminds people that even when you start bringing the kick or other dominant aspects back in, you still have to be mindful of the mix.
Totally.
I think that's a really good technique to get the balance, to take the kick out.
Yeah,
Because
that's why.
oftentimes I found when I started using a kick more that I brought the kick in, it wasn't quite cutting through. I made the kick louder,
Yeah.
and then I turned everything else up. So in the end, everything else was loud. But when you take the kick out and really get the balance between all those other things right, and then put the kick back in, that can be very effective.
That's awesome. That's rad. Those are good.
That's exactly.
If anybody has like anything they took away or a tip or something they want to add, put it in the comments for sure. And also just join. I think everybody here has a Discord they can join. I know. Or like a channel or something, a Patreon. There's lots of Patreons, a lot of cool Patreons. We appreciate y'all supporting us. We couldn't do this show without y'all support and views. So pass the tapes, share this around. Let people know next time they're like, oh, I want to talk about TechNO or something. Sweet. Before we take off, any things that are happening we should know about? Any upcoming shows, tapes, performances, or anything like that? You got one? Omri got one. What's it got?
Yeah, I just released a new album, a new Opus collection.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
On Bandcamp. Yeah, I really like this one. Really interesting stuff. Yeah, so if you're interested, look for Omri Cohen on Bandcamp.
Nice.
Nice.
Lots
Yeah.
of lots of reverb through distortion. Oh man,
Nice.
lots of
Yeah, I'm
reverb
gonna
through
check that
distortion.
out.
Nice.
So much, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a technique I'm going to be digging into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
might
the
be
chain just
bugging
gets
you
long.
in a message or
I'm here.
Yeah, totally.
I'm all ears. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Travar, so you got any shows coming up? I know you've been doing a lot of stuff lately. Do you have a
I
little bit
know,
of a
right?
break,
It's
or?
been kind of crazy. I guess my next show that I have, if you're in the LA area, I'm playing March 4th. I'm playing an hour and a half
Wow.
live set, doing some hypnotic techno. So I'm looking forward to that, which is why I was doing a whole
Nice.
new case setup. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. So
Where's
yeah.
that at?
In LA, it's going to be in a warehouse. If you check out my Instagram, there's the party's called Hypnotic. I have a post about it, and there's a link there. So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Cool. Me and Christoph
But
will
and then
check
we're
that.
always doing stuff in my Patreon with Alex and I. We have our Patreon, the Sound Lab, where and Omri, you're on there too. Great to see you in there too sometime. Yeah.
Nice.
Indeed,
Awesome.
yeah, for sure. Really interesting stuff. Yeah.
Check
Yeah.
out the sound. We'll try to put some links in the. Oh, there's a link right there on the
Oh,
comments.
thanks.
Yeah, we'll try to remember to put it in the description.
Mhm.
Patrick, what are you up to? I know you're working hard.
Yeah, well, our modular on the mall usually kicks in after the spring, so that's coming up. I've been doing some smaller events around here. We had a bunch of people together, and we did like a stargazing party and watched the comet and stuff. And hey, I like all the
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
fanboy.
So yeah, it's like it's 20 degrees outside, so it's hard to get people out and about. But
Yeah,
we're
it's
getting
tough.
ready for a good show this year. I think there's a lot of interest, and we did a quad show last year that was a lot of fun. And the space, it's a nice place to just to play, and it's got this nice round circular bandstand, and so doing quad there is amazing. So we just want to do more of that.
Is that like what Sunday a month is that, or like when does it fall and when you go back to it? Like, is it the first Sunday,
It'll be
third Sunday? What is it?
It's probably from like Memorial Day through like October. We don't have we kind of fit our schedule in between weddings because weddings is a big thing at the same place. So I get bumped around a lot sometimes because people plan that stuff way in advance.
Okay.
As soon as I get the list, I usually put out the whole list of all the shows at once because a lot of people like to come into DC for summer travel or just having some vacation time and they want to play around that. So I try to give people as much notice as possible. So I'll
Cool.
put that out as soon as I get it all confirmed because
I'll
we have
be
to go to
in
the parks
DC.
department and all that. So yeah.
I'll be there in June.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good to know. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll
All
talk.
right, that's some
Okay.
planning going on. There we go. Yeah, she's going. She's giving some testimonial about some stuff at the White House. I don't know. It's okay.
Who is? Oh wait, what?
I don't
I'm
know.
giving techno testimonial.
Traversy
Yeah,
goes to
no.
Washington. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. I'm playing. Yeah, I'm playing there. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, definitely keep track of everyone's
Nice.
socials. So there's a lot of things that are happening by the time you watch this. It might be that time. Sweet. Christoph, do you have anything going on? I mean, me and you are helping with Girl Scout cookies. I know that's what's up. So
That's right.
hit us up.
right.
Hit us up if you want those GS cookies.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing quite a bit of stuff this year. I did the Jammer Year thing, 31
Yeah.
little things every day, so that was a little exhausting. But a couple of those actually led to ideas that I'm going to turn into some
Nice.
music. So
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we just played a show together in Fort Collins. Hopefully, we'll be doing some more shows together. Yeah, and hope maybe there's some video from those shows that we've been doing. And we're trying to plan some more shows for sure. This year. But yeah, so keep in touch. Thanks everybody for watching. For sure. Thanks everybody for being a part of this show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Thanks for
so
joining.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks everybody for being here and everything. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Be kind. Be cool. All right. Peace, everyone.
Can you still see me, Christoph?